Do, do, bum, bum. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day. You can love. You don't have to have somebody that you express love to. You can always love yourself. I know there's people out there like me whose Valentine has passed on. I have a dog who's my Valentine this year, but I also have myself. It's a good day for self care, of self love, and all that good, juicy feelings of joy and happiness and love. And of course, there's love of family and love of friends as well. So, how has your day been? Oh, mine's been awesome. It's been a very magical day. So, yes, because it is Magic Mondays. What magic have you been generating today to help see you through the week? So it's been really cool because I have done so much today. I've got my little to-do list, and it's only got 2 things left on it, and one is because I can't get through on the phone line. And what was the other one I had? Oh yeah, I can't do the second thing on the list until the first thing on the list is resolved. And if I can't get through on the phone line, then I can't resolve that issue in order to do the second thing. So in other words, my to-do list is complete for today. I will try again tomorrow on the phone thing. And that's trying to get through to this membership thing. Even though I sent them an email, heard nothing from them, going to call them, can't get through on the line. So we'll just keep trying. We'll just keep trying. It's okay. It's all good. It's all going to work out in the end. I just hope it's before the sale ends, because then I got to pay. Because then it's sort of like, yeah, it's a big discount they've got on these water softeners right now. So I want to take advantage of that. Plus, I get an extra 10% with my membership. So I have to prove my membership. My membership has to be confirmed before I can purchase the other thing to get the extra discount. But it's all going to be okay. I'm fine. I know it is. I can feel it. But I have been noticing changes in myself, changes around me. It's even on the help chat, I have noticed changes, and I even asked the rest of the team. I said, "Is it just me that's noticing this, or are you guys noticing it too? That there seems to be a different tone coming through the help chat. It's not the same thing over and over and over again that we normally get. There's different questions coming in, different people want to use the system in different ways and things, and they're sort of like, yeah, we've noticed that too. And as the company grows, the questions are going to get more, because it used to be like, oh, they're asking that, we'll just copy and paste this into the chat. Well, they're asking that, oh, we'll just copy and paste this in, with the little step-by-step, those little step-by-step guides. And it's not so easy anymore. I've got to write new ones, which I don't mind. We're all writing new ones. This is how you go do this. This is how you go do that. So we're just noticing the change, the tone of the chats coming through, which is kind of cool, because it means that we can evolve with them, and we get to learn new stuff too. So it's all good and all exciting, and sorry, I am just in such a really good mood today. Yeah, my card today is, I honor how I want to feel. I want to feel super fantastic and sparkling, and I have been feeling that all day. It has been awesome. And now we're about to go out for this really cool walk, and take an extra long walk tonight, which is why I wanted to get this done before we left, so I didn't have to worry about getting back in time for it. And then day 8 of the health challenge. So over the weekend, did really well on the health challenge. Yesterday was my reward day, so kind of blew a couple of things out of the water. Well, one thing out of the water, the carbs, but managed to stay under on the fats, on the proteins, and on the actual calories. It's just the carbs that went over for the entire day. But that was okay, because a lot of what I ate, like I had this really cool flatbread pizza from Sprouts. It's their own brand, and it was pesto sauce with spinach and tomato on it. So it was a healthy pizza, well, except for the bread, but it was a healthy pizza on top. It was really yummy. We put it in the air fryer. Oh, that was so good. Even Zeffy was sort of like, I want some of that. Crazy girl. And of course, we had our takeout that day, and so it wasn't, for what I ate that day, it wasn't too bad. And I had fruit in there as well as vegetables. So it was a good balanced out of the carbs. So the carbs went over because I had fruits and vegetables in there. And today what am am I doing today? I haven't even looked for a little bit. Today I'm looking the most balanced I have been in the food thing, because I'm meant to be doing 30% carbs, 30% protein, and 40% fat under the paleo ratios. I think that's right. And right now it's pretty much, and I mean, if you look at the pie chart, it's got like the Y in it. So it's kind of pretty much even. The protein's down a little bit, but the other two, fats and carbs, seem to be on par with each other as far as ratios go. And the protein is just lagging behind a little bit, but that's okay, because we'll catch that up. So it's probably the most balanced I have seen my little pie chart be over this entire thing. So I'm like, yes, rocking it. And we're about to go for a longer walk too. I've been doing a lot more getting up and moving around when able to, especially to. I don't think I've marked this one off. I need to go mark this one off and refill it. I think that'll be like number 5 for the day. So I've got 2 bottles to get through before 8 o'clock tonight. So I've been doing pretty good on that as well, actually. Yeah. So I've been doing very well at keeping up with my water, and the exercise is starting to improve. We get out in the evenings and in the mornings and stuff. I want to walk further, especially in the mornings. I'm wanting to walk further, but got a little bit of a time constraint on us in the morning. In the evenings, we really don't have the time constraint on, unless I have to get back to do this my live. So so we're making the most of the evening walks and doing a little bit longer walks and stuff too. So we'll see whether little miss over there wants to go left or right when we go outside. We get to the end of the path, she'll automatically start going one way, or she'll go the other way. And she's surprising me now, the number of times she automatically goes right. And her going right has always been an issue, because when I get her to turn circles as part of her training, to the right for her has always been a problem. It took a while for her to figure out, oh, this is what I have to do to go right. If I told her to go left, she had no problem at all. Nothing. It was like going to the left for her is like natural. That's why I think she's a southpaw. So going to the left for her is completely natural, but having her go right took a lot of thinking and a lot of training for her to get her being comfortable going right. And every time we went out to go for a walk, she would always go to the left, and telling her she had to go right, she had to stop, and I'm sort of like, to the right, and like I'd have to point, and she'd kind of start going the left, and I says, no, the other way, and have to kind of like tug on her leash. Now she goes out there, and she'll either stand at the end of her leash, and I'll go, we're going left or right, and she'll make up her mind. And the number of times that she's now naturally going to the right is really cool. So the training is helping with her. Yes, so I got to go walk my puppy now. What did I talk about? Yeah, so day 8's going pretty well. Yesterday I put in the most number. We walked the most yesterday, and on weekends, without fail, over the weekends on Saturdays and Sundays, we are walking at minimum 3 times more than we do on any day during the week. Not sure why that is, especially on a Saturday, since we don't really go anywhere. But on Sundays we do. We go to the dog park, and I'm walking around the dog park when we're there. Just little circles around the middle area, and then having to go clean up after her and that sort of stuff as well. So I do get some walking in when I'm at the dog park. But it's all keeping my eyes on her, having to move around, and I guess that's all getting clocked and logged and everything else. And we also park at the far end of the parking lot, and then walk to whichever dog park is open for the large dogs. And large dogs there is anything over 35 pounds, I think. It's either 35 or 36 pounds, but she's over whichever one it is. She's almost 40. She's like 30. What was she last time I weighed her in? 38.2, I think it was, on her last vet visit. So so she's definitely over whatever mark it is. So until we get there, unless we can see the big dogs, we really have no idea which park's open until we start walking down, because the 3 gates are like right next door to each other. So we have a lot of fun doing that. So lots of changes coming in personal life, and just overall how I'm feeling with doing this health challenge has made a big difference because we're talking mind, body, and soul on this thing. It's not just eating plans. It's not just exercise. There's also this going on as well, because one of the things that we have to do is read 10 pages of a self-development book daily. So, and this time through Super Attractor, I'm finding a lot of stuff. I'm like, why didn't I pick this up last time? I don't recall reading this last time. Why didn't I pick this up? And it's because my mindset has changed, and it's different when I'm going through a second time, that I'm picking up things I didn't see the first time through. So that happens when you reread books. I have a lot of, and people go, oh, you just read it once. Why do you buy books? Why don't you just buy them from the library? I'm sort of like, yeah, no, that don't work. I said, if it's a nonfiction book, I'm in there. It has to be physical. I'm in there. I'm highlighting. I'm writing notes in the margin. I'm flagging with Post-its and everything else and notes. And I make nonfiction books mine. They become personalized with my thoughts, my notes, and things in them, which is why I don't rent those books from the library, because I'd never get them back. To be honest, I would never get them back. It's like when I fly, if I'm flying anywhere, one of the first things after I go through, when I go through the security line at the airport, the next thing I do is figure out where my gate is. I actually walk to my gate so I know exactly where it is. And on the way, I'm noting where are the bookstores along the way and the snack places, because I need my bottle of water and I need my book. And then once I figure out where the gate is, I check my times, check with the board thingy up there that, yep, I've got this much time before we leave. And I'm always at the airport early, so I get to people watch. And then my next task, after I have located the departure gate and I've checked all my times and everything, I then walk back, or maybe forward, depending on where in the airport I am, to the bookstores. And I start going through their books, because on a plane, I don't know why this is, I cannot read my Kindle on a plane. Don't know why. And so my Kindle basically stays in my carry-on for the whole time. But when I fly, I have to have a physical book in hand, and it has to be fiction. Now, all my fiction books are on my Kindle, but I can't read a Kindle on a plane. So, and when I'm flying, I don't want to be reading a self-development book, because that means pens and highlighters and Post-its and turbulence, because I don't want to be writing anything when I'm doing it. So I get a paper. It has to be paper, usually paperback. Occasionally I've had a hardback, but usually paperback, and it's usually like a thriller, an action type book, usually like a James Patterson or David Baldacci or Brad Thor. One of those, type of books, and I'll go through them. I may even go through them. I take my time determining which one I'm going to read, and then I have to remember when I'm reading the back. It's like, well, that sounds funny. Have I read that one before? I really do need to keep a book log of what I have read. I've read thousands of books, and it's no trouble for me to read. I have 5 to 6 books on the go at any one time. So, just to give you some idea how much I actually read. I'm always wanting to read. And so then I have to take my time, figure out which book I'm going to read, and then I go and I get my bottle of water, I get my book, and I go back. Oh, and depending on the time of day too, I may pick up lunch somewhere in the airport, depending on the time of day and how long my flight's going to be. And I go back to my departure lounge, I settle in, and I am basically there till about 10 minutes before I know about 15 minutes before I know they're going to start the announcements to board. And that's when we'll go to the restroom for the final time and then go board the plane. So, and I have started my book at that time as well. So, I have my routines. So how the heck did I get on that topic? No idea. Anyway, I'm out of here. I gotta go take a dog for a walk. I'm getting the evil eye from the dog. She's like watching me over top of the passenger seat, because she's on the dashboard and the passenger seat's turned around, and all I can see is her eyes and her ears upwards. And I'm getting that look like, come on, let's get going. Anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Enjoy your evening, however you're going to celebrate Valentine's Day. Whether or not you do celebrate it, it doesn't matter. But have a super fantastic evening anyway, whatever you're doing. We're off to do a walk, and I'm going to come back and make some dinner and sit down and watch a movie. So have a super fantastic, sparkling day. Hey, konara. Do, do, do.